Welcome to Inside New York. We are delighted to have back on the show this week for a very historic week. We have with us today our wonderful, radiant HAZEL Dukes, who is going to talk about her reaction to this historic week in which the first Black and Indian was nominated for vice president of a major party, Kamala Harris. So we welcome you back. We knew you wanted to share your thoughts.
Thank you very much for having me back. Yes, it has been a historic moment for me, but it's just reminiscing for me as I recalled I was in Miami, Florida, walking the halls with Mr. Percy Sutton, when really this all started, when a woman named Shirley Chisholm from Brooklyn, New York, had the audacity to run for president of the United States of America. She set the tone. The Jesse Jackson run was after Shirley Chisholm. So African-American women, Black women, have always been leaders in their own rights. And as John Lewis, who wrote on his dying bed, we can reclaim the soul of this nation. We do it through voting. Medgar Evers died for the right to vote in his driveway with his wife and his 4 children there. And so in the honor of him and John Lewis, naming of bridges, streets, that's all good. But the real thing for victory and for democracy is voting. And so we must keep that in front of any discussions that we're having, any debates that we're having about whether this is right or whether it's wrong. The real issue is that we must get rid of 45. We cannot let him occupy that White House any longer than November the 3rd.
Having said that, I know that Al Sharpton's National Action Network is going to be protesting.
Yeah, it's not a protest march. What Reverend Sharpton is doing is reclaiming Dr. King's march that he had. So it's not a protest against anybody. It's to raise awareness of where we are in this country and to encourage people to vote, to reclaim. Yes, we will. People will be going by bus, by plane, and we will have a virtual convention that people can participate in. So yeah, there'll be several things going on that day. But it's not a protest against anyone. It's to raise awareness of where we are after the death of Martin Luther King and most recently C.T. Vivian and John Lewis, his lieutenant, who was there with him.
Okay. So will you be going?
Yes.
All right. So I expect a full report.
Got to do everything we can to get him out of the White House. And that means by any means legal of voting, we should take advantage of it. And we must take advantage.
So vote and fill out the census and get involved. Your voices need to be heard. All of it is needed to affect change. And we thank you so much, Madam HAZEL Dukes, for being back.
Thank you so much for having me.